Good afternoon. Today I'll be talking about inspiration when one idea leads to another. You ever get that feeling when you're working on something that could potentially become something great and popular? It makes you want to stand up off of your chair, walk around for a bit, and imagine a little movie running around in your head of all the incredible things you could do. That's the best feeling to have, especially when you have work that's completed and you find more work to do to make the big picture even seem even more inspiration or even more possible. So here's where productivity comes in. You start off small with a few deadlines for projects, tasks on your Kanban board, and a habit to keep an eye on it. Next thing you know, you come up with up with better and better projects each month. So this is all about momentum. Don't stop with what you have now. And past projects, reminiscing over the old projects, may still have purpose to them. Use writing to reflect on what these projects can do for you at this moment with the new skills that you have now. Okay, inspiration. So today, while I was writing my reflection, I had all these thoughts in my mind in terms of projects, and they just kept building up from there. And I just thought to myself, why do I talk about inspiration and how this reflects in productivity? And well, I have started with deadlines for projects since April, the 1st of April. And since then, it's been about, say, 6 months. And October, out of nowhere, has had all of these projects that I've had on my mind. In fact, I've even been thinking about placing a Kanban board underneath the one that I have right now. So if I had that one, I would have a project board. And that project board could potentially be the one where I would show the current projects that I'm working on and ones that have passed the deadlines. And this is actually, I believe that this is important to have. If you have multiple things going on at once, one that has to do with marketing, traffic, another has to do with creation around programming, or creativity on writing or video making. You have all these things going on at once. And I'm not sure if you've noticed on the pieces of paper around the Kanban board have my deadlines for projects, and on the right of it, there are some goals. Now, you can't see what's on there by video. Maybe if you zoom in. But when I look to my right, I don't really see much of the description. And when September came around, I decided to enlarge the font, and I was able to see what was going on there that I wanted to work on. Normally, I have my font on default. I think it's 12, size 12, and Calibri. But now I recently just changed this over to Times New Roman, and have the size font on 40. The same thing applies to the productivity videos that I've been creating. The outline, that is around the same font style and the same font size that I have at this moment. Now you can have your font size at whatever size that you want. You could enlarge it even more than size 14. I normally have this just because it's just enough for where it's not obnoxiously big for me. So, in momentum, I've stated that I've started in April, and I've maintained progress all throughout. Even with these videos, there are some days that I am missing. I believe on October 8th and October 9th, I have missed those 2 days for video creation, but I'm still keeping it consistent. With reflections, I've managed to make about 550 posts. That I'd never realized, or I would have never known that I would have written this much until now. You don't even think about this number until you reach that milestone. And then you're impressed because, well, you're really doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for any monetary reasons or to impress anybody or anything. It's really to know thyself and to understand what's going on around you. And I believe that's the beauty of momentum. If you're not going after, if there's something that, say, that it's not in line with understanding yourself, then it becomes something different. But when you're working on yourself, you hardly notice it, and eventually you reach maybe the 100th episode of these productivity videos and realize, wow, I've made a lot of videos, and you feel proud about it. And now going over to past projects, there have been some projects that I have discontinued because I was just not too sure if they would get anywhere or what I was doing with them. And so just recently I just thought about working on a podcast. So if I could create this on a podcast, and I do believe that people can also listen to my segments through audio, that this is just fine the way it is. And so if I could convert video to audio, I would have another source of traffic. So that's another project that I'm pretty proud of. And at that time, I was working on podcast episodes. It was strictly on video. It had nothing to do with, well, no, not strictly on video. It was strictly on audio. And it had nothing to do with video. But at this time, it's good to spread the information in different parts. And surprisingly enough, I managed to, on a Google search result, I saw my podcast episodes still up there. And I was surprised because, I just haven't really done anything with them. So now I see the potential of my old projects and what they can do for me. They can serve as great reminders to what I'm going after. Until next time, I'll be working on another segment. Not exactly sure what it will be, but I'm hoping that inspiration will target to a greater topic to cover as far as productivity goes. Until next time.